All right. Hello. A bit of a late entry here, but welcome to Super Mario Odyssey Triple Bingo. This is BlipBlo versus Alex. And yeah, the race has started, so let's check it out. Check out the card, check out some other stuff. A little bit behind, but that's okay, that's okay. I see 100 total in the upper upper left of the card. I see 14 Cascade in the center. Catch Rabbit lost. Oh yeah, about these players. BlipBlo has a lot of experience with Super Mario Odyssey. He's ran a lot of different categories and is generally very good at the game. Alex, I don't know too much about, but seems to be pretty new to the bingo scene. And yeah, I think BlipBlo definitely has the clear advantage here, but who knows? We could see an upset. This is bingo. So, anyways, going back to the card, I see sub-area, 16 units from sub-areas total. Down in bottom left, I see 225 total regionals towards the center of the board in row 3. So it might be advised to ignore that, or the 100 total, as those are very big time commitment goals. In terms of how early these players can finish, I see 3 checkpoints seaside. I see 35 regional seaside. I see 3 barrier moon snow. So 3 snow seaside goals. That's not too bad. 100 moons is generally regarded as late finish, so there's definitely some opportunities to finish early, but I'm not sure if they will actually be used. Because it looks like lines with early finishes include stuff like the 225 total, the sub-areas, 40 regionals match area, so with all that in mind, it's possible we might not see any kind of early finish going on. So, I think BlipBlo has collected a few regionals in Cascade already. Yeah, BlipBlo has collected 9 regionals in Cascade already. Do I see a Cascade regional goal on this card? I don't see a Cascade regional goal on this card, so it could be that he's already decided that he's doing 225 or APC in 2 Kingdoms, so that in mind, we will definitely see some immediate route deviation, as Alex just hasn't really been collecting purple coins. Struggling a little bit with Dino Skip here, but that's okay. Looks like they got it. BlipBlo right behind, with already, I believe, 15 regionals in hand, so BlipBlo definitely has quite the advantage already. In terms of routes these runners could be going for, early finish-wise, we got C1, row 4, D4, and, wait, did I already say row 1? I think I already said row 1. But yeah, there's that. Unfortunately for diagonals, can't really use them, because you got 3 barriers, snow on one, and 100 moons total on the other. So I don't think we're going to see anything of that nature. Yeah, honestly, the C1 row 4, C4 doesn't look too bad. There is a good bit of regionals in that route. The purchase 6 moons is a little ugly. That will force a revisit, so I'm not too fond of that. Yeah, this is a bit of a tricky card. I can definitely agree with that. You think row 1 BLTR C5? Um... Hmm. I don't think going to snow is going to be the play here, unfortunately. There's just too much going on in that route. APC in 2 Kingdoms, lots of moons in both Cascade and Lake. I understand why you might think this is a good route, though, because there is good synergy with the Sand Moons, there's good synergy with Cascade and Lake, most likely the kingdoms you do your APC in 2 Kingdoms in, so I can definitely see where you're coming from there, but I just think it's a little too much to really justify going for. Alex immediately leaving Cascade, so we're gonna see something very different from both of these runners. BlipBlo staying around, probably getting 14 Cascade and maybe even all regionals. Let's see. What else? What else? No, yeah, honestly, I'm pretty okay with the early day Metro finish here. A lot of sub-areas, a lot of regionals. Purchase 6 moons will require a revisit, but I honestly don't think that's a terrible route, and I actually do think that's the play on this card. Yeah, so BlipBlo staying in Cascade. It's definitely possible that they're looking at a route already involving the center. So with that in mind, there's definitely possibility that BlipBlo has already thought of something better in mind that goes to a later kingdom, but that isn't always true. Could just be looking at the center and then just trying to work it with it from there. I know there's plenty of bingo players that are scared to deviate from the center because, you know, if you deviate from the center, you're already, you know, axing so many lines just straight off the bat, but sometimes that's just the way you have to look at it. Because I really don't see anything else I want to do here besides C1, row 4, C4. I legitimately do not see another route that I would do. So, this is looking a little bit scary for BlipBlo, in my opinion. Although, we haven't really seen what Alex is thinking yet. Like, there haven't been any hints in regards to what he's going for. He's just kind of just playing any percent right now, it looks like. Hasn't really deviated too much on anything. BlipBlo collecting an 8-bit moon in here, probably completing both moons in the sub-area towards his 18 total. So, it's possible... Is TLBR a play here? Like, could we potentially see 100 moons total for BlipBlo? I don't think that's too unlikely. Do I think it's a good idea? Not really. It's possible that we are going to see that from BlipBlo. Yeah, I don't know. This card's definitely tricky, but I already said what route I would do. Like, there really isn't anything better on this card, I don't think. 225 is a lot of regionals, and there isn't too much synergy for it, but unfortunately, this is just one of those cards where you just have to have really good regional knowledge and just pick them up as you go through the kingdoms. And since you're doing a lot of sub-areas, you're definitely going to get a lot of regionals and sand, so that will definitely help out towards it. Let's see. Alex, like, halfway through sand already. It's pretty good. So they might not have a clear plan on what they're doing yet, but they clearly have the kingdom progression advantage so far. Now, I don't think that's a deal breaker on this card, unfortunately, because the earliest finish is Day Metro. However, the Snow and Seaside lines are not looking too great, so... Again, it's possible Alex is just still thinking. You think BlipBlo is doing row 1 BLTR C5? Again, I don't think it's terrible, but I do definitely see some problems arising with that route. The synergy is good, but the problem is you're doing way too much to justify it as a route. Like 24 Sand, 14 Cascade, 16 Wake, along with APC and 2 Kingdoms, while going to Snow, and albeit a 3 Barrier Moon Snow finish, like, that just seems like too much to me. But again, it's possible that, you know, that's just what they're doing because they saw the synergy and they're like, oh, synergy good. So, I'm usually one to go for synergy, but unfortunately, I just don't think that's the play on this card. So. And the route that I suggested does still have a reasonable amount of synergy. The problem is that it just feels like if you're going to Snow on this card, you're already axing yourself, because it's not a fast Snow finish. You're doing 3 barrier moons. It's just a little too much, in my opinion. BlipBlo is collecting regionals, so... Collecting sand regionals. I wonder why. Is it possible they could be going for row 3? Row 3 isn't terrible. Actually, now that I look at it, they could be doing something like row 3, C3, and C1. I could actually see that being okay. And I could understand the justification on doing those lines. Right. So, having to do Showdown, isn't great, but, if you know IP Clip, you're probably going to be fine. So, if we're seeing something like C3, row 3, C1 from BlipBlo, I could definitely justify and see that. It has reasonable synergy to justify doing. Let's see. Alex is still working through sand. He's getting some sub-areas here, so... BlipBlo doing a manual DSTA. When it comes to DSTA and Bingo, usually, if I don't get it, I just don't really bother with seed moons, unless if I'm doing, like, plant seed goals, because, then I would want to, have something for the seeds that I'm planting. But, anyways. Yeah, Alex definitely got CPs because they made their way all the way over to the northern reaches, something that you probably wouldn't do otherwise. Yeah, it looks like BlipBlo is taking a similar approach to Alex when it comes to sand. They're just going to be making their way around the kingdom, mostly starting with any percent stuff with the town, and then working their way towards the back, probably. In terms of... Okay, Alex just forgot that checkpoint. That makes sense. They only need 6. Right, that is a 6, right? The board's kind of blurry in the restream. Alright, well, if that is a 6, then they're probably going to be fine. Yeah, okay, it is a 6. That's good, that's good. Yeah, I literally couldn't tell if it was a 6 or an 8, because it was a little blurry. Anyways... I'll be right back. I just realized I forgot to grab some water. Right? Sorry about that. Yeah, this race kind of started immediately, and I did not think that it was going to, so I was still just, like, doing other stuff. Anyways. Let's see. Both of our runners are still in sand. Just making their way around. Again, BlipBlo mostly sticking to just any percent stuff. So, are we not seeing Showdown? So if we're not seeing Showdown, what third line is BlipBlo going for? Because if he's going for row 3, I feel like it's stupid to avoid C1. Because the synergy is just too good to ignore. Yes, Odyssey Bingo is still very much alive. Also, nice to see you, Prime 1. He's not doing 225? Okay. Possibly change of heart on routes, then. Yeah, then I really am still unsure what BlipBlo is doing. Alex revealing a row 4. So that's, something. Row 4, C5? Is that what we're looking at? Okay. Alex also leaving sand before BlipBlo. This could be kinda huge. Because I think we've confirmed both of the runners are probably going to snow or seaside at this point. Also, he is using JP because he is stupid and dumb. I mean, it's not that much slower than Chinese, but sure. Yeah, this card isn't great. I really only like the early day Metro finish with 225 total regionals on this card. It's definitely a sloppy one for sure. So we see BlipBlo collecting some coins. Lots of coins. Could be used to purchase moons later. So we could potentially see that. When BlipBlo collected his sticker, did he also purchase a moon? Because that will hint if he's going for anything purchase moon related. But it's not really late day Metro. You go to Outfit Door and you get 40 regionals, so I really don't think it's that much later than, you know, just entering day Metro, really. Like, it's obviously not immediate, but it's not really that slow. And 40 regionals is at least working towards your 225, so I can kind of justify it, to be honest. 18 moon sub-areas, doing 1 or 2 sub-areas in Metro definitely doesn't hurt. I mean, yeah, you would do 1 or 2. I don't think you'd do that many more for 18. Just think about it, you're going into all the sand ones for purple coins, so that already puts you at 7. And then at that point, you're probably doing JGCC in Lake, that puts you at 9. Then you're probably doing 2 in Wooded. Yeah, I think so. Actually, no, you'd probably do both in Lake, because you're doing 14 moons, so that puts you at 13. That puts you at 11. And then from there, you would just do Pipeway and Wooded. So yeah, and then you just get 5 in Metro. Like, that's not really that bad. You just do outside the rotating maze, you warp, and then you do Outfit Door, and then you do Timer. So, it's not, like, perfect, but it's not, like, crazy out of the way. I feel like Wooded, you just try and stay to any percent, since you really don't have anything else to do in Wooded Kingdom. Actually, now I look at it, this board literally has, like, no Wooded goals. There literally isn't a single goal relating to the Wooded Kingdom on this card. How the heck did that happen? That's kinda rare, dude. Alright, so BlipBlo basically confirming that he is doing TLBR, row 1, C5. I don't personally agree with this decision, but you know what? I can understand wanting to play for synergy, because that is usually what you're supposed to do in Bingo. But the unfortunate matter is that the route just has too much going on to justify the synergy. Like, BlipBlo is just now entering Lake Kingdom 20 minutes in, and it's not even something that he can just any percent and move on with. He needs to collect 16 moons and is probably getting APC here. So, I really can't justify this. Yeah, he can almost any percent after Lake, but at that point, we're 28 minutes in. Hold on, let me think about this. So, if after Lake he has most of his goals done, so I guess we're going to see a Stravos type of strategy here. Alex not quite getting the music notes, that's really unfortunate. Is that a required moon for him? Maybe. If he needs the 8 bits, that might be required. Yeah, it looks like he's trying again. Or no, he's ditching it. Okay. Interesting. Let's see. Yeah, literally only worrying about moons for the purchase goals. Maybe. The thing is, this looks like a 7 or 8 minute lake, because it's 16 lake with APC, and BlipBlo's not even using lake clip to get the purple coins quickly. So, I don't know how I can justify this route decision, to be honest. There's just too much going on. It's... He's literally going to be leaving Lake at, like, the 28-minute mark. But Alex is really struggling in Lake as well. Dying in JGCC, not what you like to see. Yeah. Okay, Alex just taking it nice and slow in JGCC. Nothing too complicated here. Making sure to refresh his cap bounce after the flowers. Not even diving out of the flowers. Literally taking 0 risk whatsoever. Even climbing the second yellow lever. Absolutely no confidence in this sub-area at all. So, we actually did see BlipBlo do, some sort of out of bounds. But surprisingly didn't go all the way with it, so... I guess because he's getting the chess? No? I have no idea why. Okay, he is getting the chess. I forgot when he realizes BlipBlo is doing BLTR. Look, I understand the synergy behind the route, but I just can't justify how much you have to do in the early game and still have to go to snow. It's just not good. There's too much going on. Okay, so say you are getting top any percent times for the remainder of the kingdoms that you have to blitz through. You're 28 minutes in, leaving Lake. You get a 5:15 wooded that puts you at 33:15, and then from there you do Cloud and Loss. But you have to purchase, so you're going to the top of Loss. So add like 30 seconds to your Lost Kingdom. So you're looking at like a 37 exit out of Loss. Then from there, Metro is 8 minutes. And then Barrier is, at least another 3. So, I guess it's still technically like a 48 pace card with this route. But I don't know if I can justify it. There's just too much. I don't like it. But that's okay. Alex really struggling with these lake sub-areas. It really allowed BlipBlo to catch up, kingdom-wise. So, we'll see what Alex is planning to do after Lake. Because if BlipBlo can just blitz the rest of the kingdoms, BlipBlo definitely has an advantage from here on. Alex just taking the sub-area very safe at this point, realizing that it's just not worth going fast if you're just gonna die a few times. But the problem is, they've already died several times in these sub-areas, so... I'm not sure, man. I'm not sure. BlipBlo needs just a few more moons, but still needs half of his regionals. So, not really sure what happened there in terms of the regional routing. Maybe kind of, you know, didn't quite realize how bad the regionals were going to be here. Maybe isn't super experienced with APC Lake. That's also a possibility. So, there's definitely a lot going on here. Alex fighting Rango 12 moons into Lake. Like, I kind of understand because he had to do sub-areas and stuff. But I also don't really understand, because Rango's just fast and it unlocks a few more moons that you can collect along the way. So, bit of a weird decision to do that late. So we still don't know what Alex's third line is. We've seen row 4, and we think he's doing C5 as well, but what is Alex's third line? I'm still unsure what Alex's third line is. But BlipBlo able to mark off a ton of goals all at once, so that's always fun to see. Still needs these regionals, though, so that's definitely slowing BlipBlo down a little bit. Going for an 8-bit section. Probably just for these purple coins, yep. Okay. It is going to get the moon. No, okay. Never mind. Just forgot to activate the platform. It's so silly that it's technically faster to just not grab this moon if you don't need it, but you just need the purples. So cringe. Just watching the platform glide across, and you just go all the way to the end. So, Alex is entering Wooded. Again, there's literally nothing to do in Wooded on this card besides maybe a sub-area or two. And purchasing a moon, but that's in the any percent route anyway. So, with that in mind, I think we're just going to see both runners do some variation of any percent Wooded. No, I mean, he didn't grab it because he still needed a few moons, but not comfortable with the fast regional coin strat. We're really seeing the runners really taking their time in JGCC. BlipBlo also riding the yellow rail, just not even risking not getting his cap bounce refreshed or any of the other nonsense that can happen while you speedrun this sub-area. But performing the second half with relative speed, so that's okay. Maybe just wasn't fully comfortable with that purple coin set. So, understandable. I get it. And with that, BlipBlo will be leaving Lake. Has his APC, has his moons, and now we are going to start to see him just shred the game with just pure any percent. I'm not fully certain what BlipBlo's any percent time is, but I know it's really good. I'm not sure if it's sub-hour, but it's very close if not sub-hour. So, we're just gonna see some very quick movement. Honestly, we might even see him beat Alex out of Wooded, just because of that. So that'll be interesting to see. I still don't know what Alex's third line is, so... Alex collecting Wooded regionals, but why? Oh, okay, the sticker. Sure. Okay. I mean, I guess. I don't think that was the best use of getting a sticker. How do I not know it's one flat? I don't pay attention to any percent rocks. I'm basically the antithesis to any percent running the game. Because I just don't like any percent, like, at all. I have, like, no attachment to the any percent category in this game. C2? Oh god. I really hope it's not C2. Well, we haven't seen him do APC, so that's the only other option. Huh. That's also Snow and Seaside. Okay, yeah, BlipBlo is fine. Not like I had any doubts, but BlipBlo is definitely fine. Yeah, wow, Seaside plus Snow with 100 moons? Like, I guess I can kind of see the mindset. You any percent Seaside, get 10 moons, and then you go to Snow and just do your barrier moons, but the unfortunate reality is that's just slow. Alex really struggling climbing the Wooded Kingdom. While, again, we're just seeing BlipBlo just, you know, do any percent. So there's really not much going on for BlipBlo at this point. Yeah, I really hope we're not seeing C2 from Alex, and it's just, you know... they're also struggling really bad with this ramp. Okay. They got it. Okay. That's good, that's good. Yeah, so we really, saw this race turn in terms of who's in the lead. Out of Lake, you know, we definitely saw Alex potentially having potential to maybe be able to finish before BlipBlo, but the unfortunate reality is, if Alex really is doing C2, that just makes things so much worse for him over BlipBlo. Like, I don't agree with BlipBlo's route, but I definitely don't agree with Alex's route if it really is C2. Row 5 makes more sense with the things that Alex is going for, but why would he do 16 Lake then? Like, if we saw row 4, row 5, C2 from Alex, at least that makes sense from a route-making standpoint. Even if I still don't agree with it. But, at this point, just nothing makes sense for Alex being able to finish this card before BlipBlo, so... the end result is we're just gonna see BlipBlo finish with just doing any percent for the rest of the card, and Alex is gonna be trailing behind, doing some rather slow stuff. And that's just the unfortunate reality sometimes. Yeah, it really did seem like Alex had a better plan at the start of this, because I was seeing him do row 4, and I was like, okay, maybe he caught on that the early day Metro finish was the play. But then I also saw him collect extra moons in Sand. I'm like, okay, if he's also doing C5, that's not the worst deviation from what I expected. Like, you could still make it work. But now that we're seeing C2, I don't know anymore, unfortunately. But that's sometimes just how bingo games go. And as suspected, we are seeing BlipBlo leave Wooded way before Alex, so... I want to say Alex still has a chance, but the unfortunate reality is Alex does not have a chance. And this match is basically over. I feel like BlipBlo would have to make a lot of really cruddy mistakes for Alex to still be able to be in this. Because BlipBlo is looking at a high 49 or a low 50 right now, based off of just blitzing with any percent. On top of the barrier moons and having to go to the top of the boss kingdom. Alex collected the life apart. I have no idea why. There are no life aparts on this card. So... that was a little bit of a waste of time. Yeah, so, BlipBlo fighting Bowser in the Cloud Kingdom. Alex now gonna fight Spirit. They are ending Wooded with a few extra moons, which makes sense if they're going for 100 total. So... but yeah, it's, basically over. I guess enjoy BlipBlo's romp through the Lost and Metro Kingdoms, guys. I really don't know what else to talk about here. Because, again, the unfortunate reality is that Alex is just too far behind at this point to keep up with a sub-hour any percent runner. Technically not sub-hour, but come on, guys, just give it to him. Hour flat, 59, 59, 59, 59, 59, 99. Like, honestly, who cares? At that point, is it really a difference? It's just a number. Anyways. We'll probably see some sort of variation of a Dark Side Lost 1, I would presume. So, that's cool, I guess. It's a difference to the Ultra Finitus. I mean, sure, but, like, at the end of the day, it's also just an arbitrary milestone. But, I guess that's also in general. What speedrunning is, it's just a bunch of arbitrary milestones. So, sub-hour, not sub-hour, does it really matter? You could be right on the line, but still there, and it's all the same. One equals 0.99999, etc. Yeah, at the end of the day, we're just rounding, okay? Alright. BlipBlo getting the Torpedo Moon. Yeah, I guess. Cloud on Alex's side. Looks like, you know, just gonna finish up here. BlipBlo did take a death, but again, I don't really think it matters. Looks like they're just gonna grab a different moon. Or no, they're okay. They're activating Klepto, so they don't risk getting Kleptoed. Okay, that makes sense, I guess. Just move the Earth another few feet from the sun. The hour will be longer, and he'll be definitely sub-hour. I don't think that's the solution to this, unfortunately. I feel like that would kill us all. I think we're just gonna see some sort of any percent lost from Alex. I mean, he'll come back later for the rabbit, but on first visit. Oh, okay, we are seeing him go to the top as well, so I guess he will purchase a moon. Yeah, BlipBlo's Metro is almost entirely any percent. He'll probably just swap out the slots moon for the purchase moon, and that'll be it. So, enjoy the any percent, I guess. Hey guys, this bingo match has been sponsored by the any percent speedrun of Super Mario Odyssey. Because that totally makes sense. Now, here's the real question. Is BlipBlo still going to be able to pull off a sub-50 with this Blitz? I don't think so. I think it's going to be like a mid-50 or a low 51. How do you get sponsored by a speedrun? Honestly, I couldn't tell you, man. I'm just trying to find stuff to talk about that, you know, still makes the commentary interesting, because the unfortunate reality is that this race was over as soon as I found out Alex was doing C2 very quickly. Yup. Alright, so, you know, just normal MechWarrior stuff. Just, hope that you don't get super screwed over by it. Get a 2-cycle, move on with your day. Guys, any percent is so exciting. Alright. MechWiggler is killed very quickly. That was actually a really clean MechWiggler fight. Very clean pattern, very clean execution of it. Well done. Ooh, Alex not quite grabbing, peeking under the bridge. I think the same thing happened to BlipBlo, so... Very interesting that both runners made that same exact mistake. That was an interesting approach for a backup for it, but... Not quite working out, just long jumping immediately off the edge. Alex actually just giving up on the moon entirely. So, that's an interesting decision. I wonder if Alex knows that his fate is basically sealed at this point. Because there's nothing indicating where BlipBlo is on the card. I mean, BlipBlo still hasn't purchased his hats, but, you know, that really doesn't matter. He could literally do that right now. Or in snow, it really doesn't matter. Okay. So there's a moon. As suspected. Probably not gonna do slots now. Because I think that's the best moon to cut out for this. Oh, okay, now he's buying his hats. He could have done that earlier to avoid a shop talk, but that's okay. Maybe just didn't quite remember that he was supposed to do this. Decided to just get it over with. Understandable. Yeah, wow, Alex is just struggling. It's another death. I guess he just didn't get his triple jump and didn't really know how to react or back up to it. A little unfortunate. BlipBlo making a friend on a bench. So, there's that. And, yeah. Any percent Metro. I've seen this before. Again, slight deviation because we're not going to slots. Oh, we're also not doing bullet building. Okay, BlipBlo opting to just do musician's route. I suppose. What tickles your fancy? Why not? I guess there's really no necessary need to risk bullet building, so why would you? Man, this card could have really used a 9-story Moon's Goal. Like that would have made this card so much better for a snow finish. Alright, BlipBlo almost done with Metro. Probably gonna be done with him like the next minute and a half. Alex entering the Mecha Wiggler fight still has a lot to do. a lot to do. Since we know that they're doing C2 now, they still need to do Seaside before Snow. But yeah, there's just no coming back from that. Left at the cafe done. And now just be bored. Just your nice cookie cutter any percent. Very exciting. But yeah, definitely showing that BlipBlo definitely knows his stuff when it comes to any percent, so. Making very quick work of the Metro Kingdom. Now, here's the real question. Can BlipBlo still sub 50? I don't think he can. Because the unfortunate reality is that 3 Barrier Moons Snow is just kind of slow. Alex, unfortunately, not getting a 2-cycle, so falling even further behind. And we can't even see, like, an accidental Snow because BlipBlo's going to Snow. So the match is basically over. All BlipBlo needs to do now is just purchase 1 moon from the Snow Shop and get 3 Barrier Moons. Hey, look! BlipBlo has 100 moons. Wow, no way. Are you telling me that he could have quad? Incredible. Absolutely crazy. Yeah, man, this board was yuck, but man, this route just wasn't the play. I guess from a really good any percent runner standpoint, it makes sense. So, BlipBlo just took the Stravis approach to playing bingo on this card. And now they just need to get 3 Barrier Moons. Nice and easy. A little slow, but very easy. BlipBlo doing the Wind Gust, but getting Cappy caught in the Taifu Wind. Not like this. Very unfortunate. That strat saves 7 seconds. So, worth going for, but also, you know, a little tricky. Unfortunately taking a death there. Just 2 more barrier rooms after this. And then we will see BlipBlo finish up with likely a low 51. I wonder if we'll see any fast strats for this moon. Alright, taking the triple jump approach. Very nice. There's a vault strat that you can do that saves like 3 or 4, but it's pretty hard. You just spin pound, roll cancel yourself into Cappy, and you vault across the gap. It's a little tricky, but it saves like 4 seconds over the triple jump strat that we just saw BlipBlo do. And the last barrier room. Will it be Shards or Rango? We're obviously doing Shards because boss fights are slow. Defeat Rango twice goal when? Actually kind of an okay goal idea. And there is the Moon Shards. Just need to get up to this moon now. Might actually still be a 50. Yeah, it's still a 50. Okay, respectable. And GG's to BlipBlo with a 50-51. Good stuff, good stuff. We're done. And we'll see if he wants to do any post-game interview. Alright, unfortunately no interview from BlipBlo. See if Alex wants to just continue playing, finish, see what's going on. Yeah, so, looks like Alex is just gonna finish out here. He still has a bit to do, but I respect wanting to finish your board, so... we'll just let them do that. Alright, Alex, still collecting mains. I think they're almost at 100. Looks like the bingo card isn't even showing on the stream anymore, so... But we already knew what Alex was going for, so... I'll just finish up, and that'll be it. I guess they still need sub-areas. Yeah, okay. I guess that makes sense. Having a little bit of trouble in the rotating maze. Alright, Alex, dumping all of their moons into the Odyssey. How many do they have now? 96. Um, sure. They still need to go to Seaside and Snow, though. So, they're definitely going to be going over on these 100 moons. They still need to revisit for the rabbit as well. Yeah. Oh, they're going to Snow first? Wait, so does that mean they're doing Snow... Really? Okay. I suppose Snow is slower than Seaside, so it would have made more sense to do Seaside than Snow. But I understand. Alright, Alex purchasing another moon. I think they were already done with their purchase goal, so they're just finishing out Snow, and then they're gonna go to Seaside, and then they're gonna get 3 checkpoints, and then they're gonna revisit the rabbit. Yeah. I suppose. Alex unfortunately taking a death in the Typhy Barrier room. Maybe not quite just comfortable with the movement here. They did get the cycle for this, but taking another death because they didn't quite get the right angle jumping onto the archway. Alright, Alex now collecting another barrier moon. I believe he needs one more. And then they'll be heading off to Seaside to get their 3 checkpoints. And then back to Lost for the rabbit. Alright, now in the Goomba room. Going to get this moon, the Goomba, and then the barrier room. Just pretty normal stuff. Okay, anyways, Alex now collecting... wait, that was only the second barrier. He still needs one more. So now they're gonna go to shards, finish that out. Alright, there's the third barrier moon from Alex. They just need one more moon to leave the Snow Kingdom, and then they will proceed to Seaside to collect 3 checkpoints, and then back to Lost for the Rabbit. And then that will be a done deal for them. Opting to get that moon second, very interesting choice. It's obviously not fast, but I guess if you're not comfortable with that long jump from the chest over to the story moon, I can understand wanting to do the safer option there. So, Alex has 106 moons in the Odyssey. Can definitely mark off that 100 moons total now. And now they will go to Seaside, get 3 checkpoints, leave, and then go to Lost to get the rabbit. I want to say this is 107 pace for Alex. I mean, I want to say that, but, yeah. Alrighty. Checkpoints will likely be beach, and then the 2 along the beach, or he might decide to do Glass Palace instead. Yeah, opting to do Glass Palace, and then probably the one below the canyon. Never mind, subverting my expectations, we're doing Hot Spring instead. Alright. I mean, that gets the job done, so I'm not gonna argue with that. So, 3 checkpoint Seaside is complete, and now Alex just needs to catch the rabbit in the Lost Kingdom. It would have been better if he went to Seaside first, but besides that, definitely nothing particularly wrong with the approach. Just because Seaside is a faster kingdom than Snow, so... But doing both is definitely not ideal when building a route, usually. So, that's definitely a pretty big downfall for Alex. But, he'll finish out. Warping to catch the rabbit. Interesting choice. Is he just gonna use Glidon to fall on top of it? No, okay. This is a very interesting approach to catching the rabbit. Alright, there it is. With a 106.14. You can stop the timer now, Alex. Alright. That is a done for Alex. Congratulations on finishing. Let's see if Alex wants to do a short interview. I won't stick around too long, but I'll give him his time to speak if he wants to. Alright. Send him the invite. Hello, Alex. How are you?
Well, I'm alright.
Alright. So you're pretty new to Bingo, right?
Um, kinda.
Alright.
Been,
Well,
been
you
playing
know,
for a few months.
105, 106, that's not too bad of a time if you're
Yeah,
not that
I've
experienced.
not I've not played in like a week and a half. I just haven't been filming the game recently, so that's why.
Oh yeah, that's perfectly acceptable. I totally understand that. So, what was going through your head when deciding your route on this card? Just
Honestly,
playing the clear.
I couldn't see any good lines. I'm not gonna lie.
Interesting. So yeah, this was definitely a tricky card. There wasn't too much to pick from. IMO, the best route was C1, C4, row 4, just because it
Yeah,
finishes in day metro, and you do need to do 2 revisits and 225 purples, but the unfortunate truth is that even the route that BlipBlo went for, which had good synergy, just had too much to do in the early game to be considered worthwhile.
yeah.
So, at the end of the
Hmm.
day, um, picking a route with snow plus seaside isn't exactly ideal, but maybe it was just kind of like a last resort option. Is that basically what we were going with here?
Yeah, pretty much.
Understandable. Um, so, yeah, do you have any questions for me?
Nah, not really.
All right. Well, I don't really have any questions for you at this point.
Yep.
So, again, GG's, thanks for playing.
Yep. You're welcome.
I'm not entirely sure who your next opponent is in the losers bracket, but I'm
Yeah.
sure it'll be an interesting matchup regardless.
Yep. Alright.
Alrighty, no problem. Anyways, I've been Awesome Agron. Thanks for watching. There's currently another match going on with BP and Zach over on Speed Gaming 1, I believe. Yeah, I think it's Speed Gaming 1. Anyways, you could go watch that if you want immediately. Make sure you follow Speed Gaming. Make sure you follow the runners. You can follow me if you want. And with that, I've been Awesome Agron, and thanks for watching.